Representing that Anytown Nation tonight is Adora Nsonwu. But before I introduce her, I would like to thank all of you for your continued support and for choosing to stand up and help us build an Anytown Nation. And now it is my pleasure to ask Adora, a senior at Bishop McGuinness High School and a member of St. Pius X Catholic Church, to come to the podium and offer her own thoughts on Anytown.
For me and many of my peers, Anytown was not simply a program, it was an encounter. All of the topics that the counselors and leaders shared with us, sexism, ableism, racism, homophobia, and the various types of religious and cultural discrimination, all created a huge influence on the way that I perceive the world and the beautiful people that live in it. It is because of this fantastic change of spirit that I find it extremely challenging to choose which topic impacted me the most. However, it is easy for me to say which part of Anytown was the most difficult for me to experience. All of my life, I have been a hypocritical feminist. Although I had views that corresponded to gender equality, I publicly shunned those who I believed were too sensitive about sexism, women in particular. It was with this mindset that I went to Anytown. While I was there, I befriended many people, a lot of whom were boys. As we proceeded through the gender equality activity, I decided that the conversation was not going to make me upset in any way. As I looked into the eyes of my good friend and saw the shame that clung to his sagged lips that soon spread to his entire body, I instantly felt ashamed. Many of my friends were plagued by low confidence and self-image issues. The boys who once exuded what I believed to be masculinity were simply the same as the girls. The experience was completely different while I was participating. I felt ashamed and surprised at the many things that I thought were natural to women. Since that experience, I have come to terms with the problems that our society faces when it comes to sex and gender superiority. I no longer characterize boys' and girls' interests based on what society has led us to believe. I think that Anytown is important because it is so easy to lose sight of how other people feel and react to stereotypes. It is natural to want to feel comfortable in our world, and many people achieve this comfort by changing themselves to fit into an ideal mold that society defines for us about what is satisfactory and what is atrocious. I recently went on a retreat with my peer ministry class. At the beginning of the first day, the lector said, "God did not put us on this world to be comfortable. He put us here to make others comfortable by being fearless and exposing who we really are, in turn sparking authenticity in all." Anytown has enabled me to discover who I really am. I am on a mission to make myself and everyone feel accepted enough to be bona fide. By letting myself love and accept who I really am, Anytown has opened many doors for me. I believe that everyone should be able to love him or herself, and in turn, love all of those who surround them. I had heard many stories about people's Anytown experiences, and quite frankly, I was expecting very poignant conversations. As someone who has an anathema towards drama, I was not thrilled about the thought of crying in front of 67 strangers. Although I did not cry, I actually would have been comfortable doing so because I fell in love with those 67 people. Going into any town, I expected, I wanted, and I would have been disappointed if I did not leave with new friends to share my stories with. What I left with, though, was knowledge, wisdom, guidance, faith, and another family to cherish. At any town, I encountered the truth about life. I uncovered the joys that the program bestows, the tricks to becoming a good leader, and the confidence to be truthful with everyone. By going to any town, I cracked the code to truly being successful. The combination is simple. There isn't one. We can all be successful by being our true selves.